According to a Career Builder survey in 2010, only 44% of employers planned on hiring recent college graduates. Most recent college graduates return home to save on living expenses and to try and focus on finding a full-time job in their specific field. In order to wow your interviewers and land the job, there are 3 things you must do. You have to be prepared, you have to be positive and driven, and you can't be a horror story. When you're going to the interview, the most important thing to do is to be prepared. Make sure you do your research about the company. It's important to know what they stand for and what they actually do in the business place. If you go to an interview and you know nothing about the company, it looks as though you are not interested and you don't care about getting a job. You may also want to look at their corporate responsibilities and see what things they do so that you can judge whether or not you believe in the same missions as them. An important part to remember is to polish your resume and your cover letter, because your resume is the first thing that the company will look at. It lets them know who you are and what you can do for them. Also remember to bring in an extra copy to the interview so that you can remember specific dates that they may ask you. There are many types of questions that can be asked in an interview. So before the interview, grab a friend and go over the potential types of questions that may be asked. Don't forget to review illegal questions as well, so you're prepared just in case the company tries to trick you. It's also important to dress professionally and be maintained and well-groomed. Also, don't apply perfume and colognes. Some people are very allergic to lotions and smells, so you don't want to start off the interview by contaminating the air supply with a heavy fragrance. Along with knowing details about the company, you should be equally prepared on the knowledge of your interviewer. You can build rapport with them easier if you know a little bit about them, plus it shows that you care because you took the time to research things about them. During the interview, use body language to show interest. Eye contact is also very important. It shows the company that you're confident and that you're knowledgeable in your answers. Remember to sit up straight and have good posture because that also helps boost your confidence. The second tip that is important in doing well in an interview is to let your positive attitude and your drive shine through. Be early and enthusiastic. Being early is always a good thing. It gives you a second to collect yourself and make sure you have everything you need. It also shows the company that you're punctual. Being enthusiastic shows that you're optimistic and lets the company know that you're motivated and interested in being a part of their team. Also, don't forget to use good manners with everyone you meet, especially those you meet before an interview. The opinions of the entire company get taken into consideration before and after the actual meeting, so be polite and respectful. Make sure you take time to answer each question. When you rush into answering questions, you can make mistakes and then have a lot of unwanted responses as well. You should also remember to display your talents without being too confident. The worst can happen when a person goes on about their accomplishments. Don't take all the time to talk. Let the interviewer talk about the company and the position and what they are offering. If time remains and you are an oriented person, the interviewer will have nothing to complain about. It is also important to make sure you smile and always have a firm handshake. When you smile, it shows you're not nervous and that you're ready for the interview. Pair that smile with the firm handshake when you enter and leave the interview, and you'll already have showed the company that you're driven and ambitious. When you get home from the interview, make sure you write a thank you note to your interviewer. It's common courtesy to show that you appreciate that they took the time to meet with you, and it also leaves a lasting impression on the interviewer, which may help you stick out in the hiring process. Lastly, do not be one of the many horror stories that they tell later on. Remember, don't make the mistake of being negative about anyone in your past or any employer in general. The interviewer may know that person that you're talking about or get offended and have different views. Either way, it's never a good idea to badmouth anyone because it shows you in a negative light. Also, make sure you get a good night's rest. It is not a good sign if you're falling asleep in your interview. One thing to help in this area is to be calm about everything going on the day of the interview. For example, if you're driving to the interview, if someone in front of you is driving slowly, don't slam on the horn or tail them because it could be your potential interviewer. Last of all, a final impression is just as important as the first one. So don't do anything embarrassing as to leave you in the interview looking bad. Make sure you gather all of your belongings and collect yourself. Shake the interviewer's hand and thank them for their time. Make sure you express enthusiasm to hear from them soon. In this day and age, doing well at a job interview is extremely important. With the high numbers of unemployment and the status of the economy, tips to succeed are important to remember. When going to an interview, be prepared, show that you're positive and driven, and don't be a horror story. By following these 3 guidelines, you will definitely be a success.